Hey y'all,
Hi.
welcome back to Knitting on Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as TooLizForYou, ToolizForYou.
And I'm CPREDMOR on Ravelry and posting as Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram. And I still haven't posted anything lately. Mainly because in the afternoon, what we're doing is going out to the boat and fixing things. Friday, I had a heat event. Apparently, I should not be out washing off the top of the boat when it's 90 degrees outside, even though I'm spraying water all over myself. I ended up being able to do information processing about 75% by the time I was done. And then we had trouble picking up the mooring when we left the dock and got back to the mooring. So I really need all my marbles. We should have stayed another half an hour at the dock. And some people would say, well, you really can't. You want to get off as soon as possible to give other people space. But when it's low tide, we're about the only boat in our club that can come up to the dock.
Nice.
Where we were. So close into shore. So our steward agreed with me that at low tide, that's our time to be at the dock and not have to worry about taking space from anybody else because no one else fits. They take too much water. So whereas we draw 3.5, 4 feet, and there was only 6 feet, maybe less, where we were, many of the boats draw 5.5, 6 feet, so they couldn't be at the dock where we were. So yes, we could have stayed another half an hour. I could have gotten all my marbles together, and we wouldn't have had the problem picking up the mooring that we did. But, you know, such is life. Live and learn.
Yes.
Anyway, what's new? Anything?
We
tried to go out sailing today, and
did.
2 sets of squalls came through. The
Yeah.
first one was kind of spectacular. I mean, there was sun, no rain, and all of a sudden there was rain, and it was blowing sideways, and kind of spectacular. They had to cancel the races or postpone the races, and then I guess about 3, so that was at 1:30. So an hour and a half later, another squall comes through, and it's huge. And
we're all on the boat by this point, and we see it come in, and honestly, being on the boat in it was fine, because it's a cat.
we were inside, we closed the windows.
That got the AC on. That was great.
It was. And we were pretty comfortable. And Richard then carried on kind of trying to fix the second toilet. First toilet works. Second toilet's having a problem. We fixed what's called the joker valve. It's the valve that stops things from falling back down the tube. So we fixed that. Still leaked. So it's actually leaking, we think, from the bowl anyway. He wants to get a rebuild kit. I said, just get a new one. No, he wants to rebuild it. Well, if that's what you want to do, dear, that's fine. I'm there handing him paper towels.
You sit yourself on the top step and hand him what he needs.
That's right. Well, I give him the trash can. I run and get tools, and I hand him paper towels. So we're not ecologically friendly, but who wants to be washing towels that are dripping in this? So anyway, enough of that. But we had a good day. Came home and did Takeout Sunday, which is something I started during the pandemic. I don't know about you, but I run out of ideas of what to make. And this way, at least on a Sunday, everybody gets their own choice. So I think it works out pretty nicely. So I have been working on my knitting. My hand is still not wonderful, mainly because I'm doing a lot of pulling and shoving and stuff on the boat. But you know, a little bit at a time, things will get better. But here's my sugar maple. And I have my sleeves.
Oh.
And I need about 3, maybe 4 more rows to have the length on the side. So that's how much I've done in a week before I start doing waist shaping. So it's coming along. And I'm pretty happy with it. If I would knit more, if I could knit and not wake up in the morning with a hand that hurts. Well. It will come. I just really pushed, and I shouldn't have. And it's it's doing the lace and trying to make things are pulled tightly. It's going to be a while before I can do lace again, because apparently my thumb gets heavily involved. Doing picking or continental is certainly better for my hands than throwing, so that has helped a great deal. So we keep moving on, and something will work out. And you made some great strides too.
Well, I have hit officially the second shoulder of the back of this
Knit Sideways
Ardea from PomPom. So this is the full, well, now you can see the pattern a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have done the other set of increases to match these decreases, and I will do the shoulder, which is, it is, how many rows? It is 58 minus, because you start, depending on your size, you start at a different place because you ended at a different place on the other side. So minus 17 is 41. So I have 41 rows essentially to go. And then the back will be done. Yeah, it says break yarn and put onto waste yarn. So that's what I will do. And then I will make the front. And I will then throw them both in the wash.
You know what I would do instead of waste yarn? I would get
put them on another cord.
Another set of needles.
But I don't know if I want to throw them in the wash though before I seam them.
Right.
So I think putting it on waste yarn is a better idea.
That's true.
Because I don't want to put the cord through the wash.
For that part,
right.
Yes. But then I would take
the waste yarn out and
put it on needles.
Yeah, but I just since I intend on putting them through the wash, I think it's a better idea just to throw it on waste yarn. And it's been going pretty okay. I mean, it's been just under a month. I think I started this in the beginning / middle of July. So we're moving.
Yeah,
I'm stressed about work, so I'm sleeping. Well, I'm falling asleep a lot because I'm walking all over God's little acre in Queens. Going between projects in the office and all that. So hopefully that project will be done at the end of the month. And
did you see a boat tried to go up beside Roosevelt Island on the inside?
No.
Yes, they had to get rescued. It was a sailboat, and it hit the railroad bridge.
So yeah, okay.
Which
the
is
railroad bridge or the car bridge? I didn't think a railroad
Well,
went
the newspaper
over.
said railroad bridge.
Huh.
Now, whether they meant to say car bridge, I don't know. I would have said car bridge. Anyway, sailboat, a bigger sailboat than we've got, went up the inside, which is where we had hoped to go, hit the bridge, and had to be rescued.
Yeah, that's the car bridge.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm glad I looked on the chart before we actually ended up there.
You said that you cleared the Queensboro.
Right.
You all would clear the Queensboro, but it's the actual Roosevelt Island Bridge that you wouldn't clear.
When you drive on and go into the parking lot. So anyway, just past week, a large sailboat tried to go up the inside and hit the bridge. So I'm glad we didn't try. I have also done some work on my Christmas lady, my Christmas angel. So, I finished the green last week. I have now finished this white, the ermine. That's actually ermine on the outside of her robe. And I have worked on the red dress. She really is quite the Christmas lady with all the Christmas colors worked in. So now I am about here working on a deep red to go up to here. This is pretty much as far as I'm going with this fold of paper. And then I'll unfold my paper and go to the other side, or I may go up. I have to see. It's probably easier if I just go up because then I won't have to undo my sides. So anyway, that I am making strides on this. And by the way, it's that time of year again. And you probably say, what time of year is that? If you're making Christmas presents, it's time to start. So I've actually started thinking about what I'm making nuggins for Christmas. And then they've got birthdays. So I don't know that I'll be able, unless I make hats. I may do hats.
I mean, he is a very hat. He looks
seems to be a
very
hat-friendly
cute in
little
hat
kid.
baby. And, yeah, he's a very cute little hat baby.
So I'm thinking maybe hats. Hat for birthday and a hat for Christmas. I saw a cute bear one, so we'll see. Maybe a bear hat. And as for Chloe, I'm not sure. So their birthdays are, maybe a week apart?
They're a month apart. They're exactly a month apart.
A month apart. Sorry, I thought they were a week apart. I know it was October and November, but I thought it was closer than that.
No, literally the same day.
And then
Each
there's
month.
Christmas. So anyway, if you're thinking of making presents for Christmas, now's the time to start. Otherwise, you're going to get so behind that you'll end up with a hurt hand, like I did. And I don't want that for anybody.
No.
I really don't. Anyway, did you get mail or anything else?
I didn't bring mail. I thought I was going to get to it this week, but my Advent self-striping socks these are
From your
from
friend.
Cozy Knitter.
Ah,
These are from Cozy Knitter, and I've been thinking about that I need to do them, and now that I've hit the second shoulder, I really do need to start them because socks are much easier to carry around than a half of a sweater. But soon I will be no longer knitting half of a sweater, and I will be back to the beginning of a half of a sweater. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm maybe not in need of socks, but I'm thinking socks might give me that potato chippy, but also like completionist joy.
Yes.
That I've been missing.
Yep. Yeah, there is some great fun in finishing a project.
Yeah, so we'll see.
You know, for me, I don't bring the knitting on the boat when we're on the boat to fix things because it makes Richard feel like he's the only one working and I'm playing, which isn't fair. He is the one mostly working and I'm handing him paper towels, but it makes him feel better. So it's like giving paper towels. And we're getting there. I mean, we are making strides in terms of what we're fixing. The refrigerators weren't turned on today, but they've got regasketed. We put new slides on the upper door, which we may end up having to take off, but you know.
That's what Dad was saying.
I suggested buying the more expensive slides at the beginning.
He seems very happy with his slides currently.
Well, because we haven't put anything in
know.
it.
I'm
since
not going there.
He did the slides. When the freezer drawer falls off on his feet because he put the less capable slides on.
He did not put the heavy-duty slides.
He did not. And the freezer drawer is where we put the gallons of ice to quick charge the refrigerator freezer. So the cold air comes from the freezer, drops down through a metal grid into the refrigerator. What can I say? Anyway, he does want to go away in August. He does. And speaking of that, I got mail. So what I bought was laundry detergent sheets because liquid on the boat, these big jugs, first of all, it's heavy, one, and two, they tend to fall over and then you end up with soap all over the place.
Right.
So I bought these. They're unscented, and I could, if I'm hand washing, I could use half of one and probably have more than enough soap to clean whatever it is I'm trying to clean. You do want to bring detergent with you when you're going sailing because while some of the marinas have laundry machines or washing machines, they often don't have soap.
Right.
So this is something where it's not gonna drop all over the place. It's not gonna
cause a big mess. It's
right. And I got the unscented ones. It's deep cleaning, eco-friendly, fast dissolve, no phosphorus. So anyway, I got that in the mail. And I'm excited about that. The other thing I bought was clams in cans because I have a recipe for salmon and clams, olive oil, oregano, garlic, onion, and you mix them together in an olive oil and lemon juice marinade for about a half an hour, and then you throw everything into the frying pan.
Okay.
And you fry it for 10 minutes.
Oh.
And it's done. And it really is good. And then you pour it over spaghetti. And it makes a really nice pasta sauce.
Nice.
And I find it delicious. I mean, it's olive oil, it's garlic, it's onion. I mean, how could it be wrong? And so I got a 12-pack of the clams because they're harder to find than canned salmon in the grocery store. So when we do decide that we're going, I will make a quick trip to the grocery store to get some salmon.
Among all of the other things.
Well, among all the other things. But this is a hot meal that we can have
Yeah.
kind of in the pantry because it's all out of cans. And sometimes the weather's not good, like today with the storms, that you don't want to leave the boat.
Yeah.
Just because it's raining sideways. So anyway, I'll be doing that. Got more mail.
Yes.
We've got the new Vogue, the 40th anniversary. Now, I have the 25th anniversary. I can't believe it's been 15 years. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's the silver. It was all silver, if you remember. So this is Ruby Treasures of Carolyn.
I mean, I probably would remember if I saw it,
Yes.
but I don't.
Yes. I mean, they had some stunning patterns. And this is the 40th anniversary collector's issue. Ruby Treasures. So I'm thinking 40th anniversary is Ruby?
It is.
Oh, okay. Anyway, and Shirley Payton, they talk about designers from the Shirley Payton design along. Well, this is a signature coat pattern by Shirley Payton.
Mm-hmm.
She does amazing things with lace and texture. Amazing things. So celebrating the Ruby anniversary, and Nora Gahn is the editor-in-chief, so you know that this is a stellar edition. Look at this knitting bag. I love it. Would I buy it? Probably not. I've got more bags around this house than Carter has liver pills. This is a raffia tote, but I'm telling you, I would feel very special having that as my knitting bag. I really like that. Then they've got another bag over here. They call it structural leather. It's a trapeze triangle type of bag. Also very pretty, but again, I don't need any more. Don't need any more bags. Then they have an article about the Peruvian Altiplano, and they
the Alaskan snowfields and the Tibetan plateau. So it's
that's
about
the yarn,
yak.
but they actually have an interview with this woman from Peru.
But they also talk about cashmere. They talk about
muskox.
They talk about yak. They talk about alpaca.
Yes.
It's a great little article about that shawl.
This is the 40th anniversary shawl, and it's nice because the way it's made, it will hang on your shoulders really nicely.
Yeah.
Very, very
and
nicely.
Meg Swanson notes that it's also an anniversary for Schoolhouse Press.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 65 years.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. Turn page. Okay. Then, from 7th Avenue, the Lakeside Lounging. I like this. This is a black and white tunic that I think is really pretty. Of course, you know that I love tunics. And that is bell sleeve black and white turtleneck tunic by Malo. And they're looking for knits that are cozy to lounge with. Then they've got this what they call a gorgeous garnet, which actually has kind of fluffy wristlets on it. I would be intrigued. I think I would get it dirty, though. That's just me. But something to think about. Then they have an article about the Diversity Advisory Council that was supporting BIPOC and marginalized entrepreneurs, and they actually have a lot of information from Diane Ivy.
Yep. Of Lady Dye Yarns.
Right, who we've met, and you know.
Yeah.
pretty well. So.
And then they have an entire section with all of their Launchpad people.
I saw this pattern,
Ooh.
and I said, that is mine. So I need to go looking for that particular pattern by Yvonne Francis. It's red, it's long, so it's a tunic, it's long sleeves. It just has my name written all over it. And then Jimmy Bean's Wools turns 20. So while Vogue is turning 40, Jimmy Bean's is turning 20. That start. And then they have a second page of their creative group.
Their, I just lost it.
Yep. Then they have questions with Denise Bayron, who is...
She's done the Waves of Change shawl, she's done and a whole bunch of jackets and sweaters, and
Yes.
The drop capelet, the Waves of Change jacket, the...
Hatton, head wrap.
Yes, Haddana, yeah.
Moving
Haddana.
forward wrap.
Yeah, they're great. Great
She
designs, and she's got a very minimalistic style that I really am impressed by.
Yes.
I am not that person, but I find her style very impressive.
And then they have an article about where it begins, and it's a poem by Sylvia Plath. Winter is for women, the woman, still at her knitting. The bees are flying, they taste the spring. And it talks about a craving to fill the long evenings, so we get out our crafts, we meet with our friends, and we start making things. I thought that was an interesting article. And then, Small but Mighty, from a tiny apartment back in the day to a modest garage-based dye studio at home, Tannis Fiber Arts in Montreal. And so, again, another entrepreneur who is a dyer.
And a pattern designer.
Right. And then they had a small article about designers who had started back in the 1980s, 1990s, and where are they now in terms of what they're doing as patterns. And then they had, I looked at
all
this
kinds
and
of red yarn.
I wanted every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
As it's the Ruby anniversary, it's
Look at these.
red yarn, red and pink yarns. It's beautiful.
Look, and it continues. I mean, it's stunning. I want something out of each one of them. Oh. And it goes to hot pink. I mean, it's just great. Such choices. And then they look into the future. He said, now let us take a deep breath and forge into the future, knitting at the ready. A quote from Elizabeth Zimmerman. And here they start with 5 designers reminiscing and then forging ahead with brand new designs.
So there are a total of 10 designs, both designed by the same designer, with, I think, their first design or close to their first design.
Deborah Newton.
Yeah.
And Deborah
Both
Newton.
Gorgeous. I'm thinking the first one might happen for me.
I'm thinking the second one once I can get my hand working again because it's lace.
Yeah.
And then we've got, who's this? This is Shirley Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either one. Look at that Shirley Payton. Absolutely got it. Stunning. And look at this one.
Yeah.
I love Shirley Payton patterns. I love them.
This is just lovely. This is
very Klein. And the 2018, look at that. That's darling.
That's lovely.
You could wear that anywhere. And then he comes back with stripes. You know, it looks like a university sweater.
It does. I love it. I also love the
sweater.
really interesting button detail.
Closures.
Yeah.
Yes.
The button band detail.
And then
this is Noragon. And I love this. I love this sweater. I'm pretty sure I've loved it. I'm pretty sure we've talked about it in the...
Oh, in the year that it came out.
Yeah.
Yes. And then this is her...
But I think it was also in a design, like in one of her books that you have. Yeah.
Probably. And then she has this neck warmer cowl for now. And then we have Sarah Hatton. This is her 2011-2012, must have been a winter edition. That's too big a yarn knit for me, but look at this. This year's design, I think, is beautiful. So, they say treasures then and now, absolutely. Then, who is this? This is Calf Facet with his,
yeah. Or is it in, yeah.
all of his blocks. It says his first collaboration with Vogue Knitting was one of the most popular patterns in the winter 1986 issue, and his designs have graced our pages many times since. Calf Facet's work is at once classic and unique. So he's calling this stacked boxes.
Yeah.
So,
It's intarsia. It's beautiful.
it really is.
I don't think I'd do it.
Well, no, not
because
with my
it's
hand.
intarsia.
Not with my hand. The designer here is Melissa Liepman.
So this is a new set of
New
patterns.
Yes.
In Love with Hue is the title, and that's a Liepman.
Subtle, light muted shades.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas present. This is Christmas present written all over it.
Yeah.
I think that is lovely. Absolutely lovely.
This.
And we love this pattern for both men and women.
It's gorgeous. I think I'm gonna knit one. I think I'm debating if I knit one in like a size, like 2 sizes too large for me. I think it would look really good.
Very pretty. And then, obviously, I'm in love with texture. This is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Just gorgeous.
That's very similar to the one you have from Neighborhood Fiber Co. That purple one.
Yes.
That's fun. It's
this
a waffle.
is fun. It's a waffle or a checkerboard.
Yeah.
I'm not as entranced with it as I am with some of the other ones,
Right.
but it certainly is pretty. And then this is One Designer's Journey. So Mary Lynn Patrick, whom I have done a couple patterns. This is one of her first patterns.
With the baubles.
With the baubles. And then this is a pattern for this year.
It's very pretty.
Very pretty.
I would do it probably with jewel tones or something else. I don't think I would do it in the colors chosen, but it's very pretty. This is super fun.
This is Brandon Mabley and Intarsia.
Super fun.
Just beautiful. He says geometry lessons. Diamonds, spheres, and triangles rule the day. I don't see any spheres, but
Spheres here. I don't know that it's in the, yeah, that's the type, that's the section.
chapter.
Yeah.
All right, here's the spheres.
That's cool.
Yes, in that neck warmer. Okay. And this is from Mary Jane Mucklestone. And then we have the winners of the Shirley Payton 2022 Design Along. And
in lace, color work, and cables. So this is the lace one.
Christina Jones. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just so feminine. So lacy. Color work. Anyone? Look at that.
It's just gorgeous. I'm very much like, oh, do I need?
So inventive.
Do I need?
Are you going back to the office? Because look at that for a jacket. That's incredible. The texture in that is just amazing. That for Yumi Ambi, just gorgeous. The other one was Annabelle Gross. And then we have a hat by, let's see if I can see who the hat's by. Cindy App. No, that's hair and makeup. Photographs. Inspired by the Bridget Art series, Portrait Artist of the Week, we would like to encourage you to work up a unique design of our Design Fun hat. Have a blast changing colors, switching yarns, using different motifs, or even designing your own charts. We've included a blank chart to fill in with new colors.
Oh.
So, blank chart.
And you know a lot about Portrait Artist of the Week.
I absolutely do. And we also learned a lot from Meg Swanson about repetitious patterns. So, yes, Vogue is challenging us, and we should take it on. And then they have talk about working twisted stitches. which gives you really a nice definition
Mm-hmm.
of the stitch. And then we're into the patterns. So
It was a great
it is a great addition.
great addition.
2 thumbs up.
It's phenomenal.
Other than that, I don't think we have anything else. Do you?
No, I'm sorry, y'all. We are having some short episodes recently. I'm not knitting as much because I'm falling asleep on the couch. Well, I'm working late and I'm falling asleep on the couch, which isn't helpful for anyone.
And I'm actually trying to cut back so that my hand will heal.
Heal.
It's now it's just right here. The left hand is doing fine. So making strides, making definite strides.
Good.
And I'm not sure we'll be here next weekend.
Who the heck knows?
We don't know. It really depends on how fast we can get some of the spare parts for the boat.
Mm-hmm.
The boat is functional at this point. We do have to. We got one more leak up by the helm, but we really could fix that and cover it over with a piece of plastic, and then we would be fine. So we may end up heading up towards Cape Cod. We'll see. At this point, I couldn't tell you what I'm doing tomorrow. So we may be here next week. We may not be. So we'll have to see how it plays. In the meantime, we hope that your knitting goes really well and weave in those ends.
And we'll talk to y'all again soon.
Bye.
Bye.